I'm Helena Michie. I'm the director for the Center for the Study of Women, Gender, and Sexuality, and I'm also in the English department, and my field is Victorian gender and sexuality. I think it is because they are two collaborators with us, and I mean that in all kinds of ways. Partners support our work with their donations, but they also participate in our mentoring program, and they participate in our Porous Classroom initiative. They come and give lectures or talk about their own work or their own careers in our classes, and they've also been known to attend classes as students. So I think we have a full range of opportunities for our partners. I think the pandemic has impacted graduate students in a lot of ways that we're still learning about. Many graduate students have families, and some of those family members have lost jobs, and so their financial status is really precarious. They're more dependent than ever on their graduate stipends and on anything extra that we can offer them. The pandemic also saw a kind of drying up of research possibilities in terms of grants, in terms of the ability to travel to archives or to collections, to do field work. And it also really impacted an already very precarious academic market. When we really thought about all these things fairly early in the pandemic, we decided to prioritize graduate student support. And by support, we mean money for dissertation writing, money for travel when travel became, at least temporarily, an option. But we also wanted to make sure that graduate students were prepared for a variety of careers given the problematic market. So we've done a lot of work creating opportunities for translational skills. So we have employed graduate students in the center as data analysts, as media assistants, as strategic planning assistants, so that they will be able to take those skills and take them out to the wider marketplace. It was before the pandemic that we created the Visionary Partner Dissertation Fellowship, which allows dissertation students not to have to take summer jobs and to continue writing throughout the year. We had already started a mentoring platform where graduate students are paired with people in the community who either work in or on the boards of various organizations. And those initiatives have both been expanded during the pandemic. Well, as many of you know, we have an undergraduate capstone course called the Seminar and Practicum. It's not an internship, it's an opportunity for undergraduate students to do research on behalf of a local organization. There's a collaboration between that organization and the undergraduate students about what the organization needs, what it needs to find out about itself and about its practices. We were able, for the first time, through the generosity of the partners, to fund a similar program for graduate students. That was last summer. And we had 4 graduate students who worked with local organizations to do a kind of advanced research and data projects. And they just loved it. Graduates are involved in a lot of different initiatives. Perhaps most importantly, the Seminar and Practicum, our capstone course for the major. We support their research with funds that come directly from the partners. We also fund the Houston Arch Oral History Project, with summer fellowships. We also employ undergraduates both to enhance their skills and to offer financial support. Yeah, the Rise Feminist Seminar began before the pandemic, and it basically is a seminar that meets once a month, and people apply to it either as individuals or on teams. Often these teams include faculty, sometimes staff, sometimes undergraduates, sometimes graduate students. Graduate students can lead these teams, and it brings together all people at all levels of our work in the center, at all levels of our program. Some of the projects have had to do with mapping Houston and sexuality. My own project on actually mapping Bray's Bayou and the gendered story of Houston's many disasters. So we've also had people work on faculty books. So there are a lot of different opportunities to get together and to talk about our various projects and to collaborate. I think I wanted to say a couple of things more generally about how the center has managed the pandemic, or managed pandemic time. We can't really manage the pandemic, and what we've learned from it. So a couple of things, besides the precarity of our students, which is a lesson that we have fully learned and fully inhabited for the last 2 years. We have learned that there are many people in the community and indeed across the country and across the world who would like to participate in our work, and that's been made possible by Zoom and by webinars. So one of the things that we're going to continue after the pandemic is aiming our work at a larger audience and having the occasional remote event. So that's been very important. The other thing I would say we've learned is to be more flexible about our programming. We have a history of having a very, very packed events calendar, and we invite the public to 90% of the events that we do. This time, we've given ourselves a little bit of a break, and we have saved time in the calendar for responsive programming, whether that had to do with what we're calling our Salon series, the first one of which featured a discussion of critical race theory, as that came up over and over again in the mainstream media. Or responding to the SB8, the Texas abortion law. So we're saving time every year just to be able to respond to what seems most urgent, most exciting, and most bewildering in many cases. Well, it's really about partnership and collaboration. I want to stress how much the center depends on its partners and its partner program to fund all of those really important extras. I don't even want to call them extras that make our program distinctive. Of course, Rice, particularly the School of Humanities, supports our stipends, and they support our curriculum and our faculty. But we want to be much more than simply an academic program. We want to be a program that reaches out into the city and beyond. We want to be a program that reacts to hard times and makes out of them something interesting, something special, something that maintains a sense of place and community. And those are the efforts that just would be impossible without our partners.